I'm up behind the castle on the hillside that burned, and I'm in front of our solar panels. Last December 2021, we finished installing and began to operate solar panels, which cost us approximately $1.4 million. And ever since I was young, I've always been a conservationist, environmentalist, and I feel really good about reducing our carbon footprint on the planet. We'll also save money with PG&E charges as well. And so we're going to collect as much sunlight as we can onto these solar panels, which will power about 80% of the winery each day. And if we don't use it all a certain day, we have a storage capacity. We can use this power in the future. Additionally, in the vineyards, we started several years ago, will soon be certified as organic at the Castle Vineyard. It's a lot more hand labor, it's a lot more expensive, but it's the right thing to do. And so we're tending towards more organic vineyards, but the vineyards we're farming currently, other than the one that will soon be certified organic, we're farming sustainably. So we don't have many of the really harmful chemicals. We no longer use them, like Roundup. We no longer use Roundup, and that was a surefire way to kill weeds. Instead, we work by hand. But it's the right thing to do, and why pollute the environment? We're also what's called Napa Green. We're certified as sustainable farmers, protecting the creek beds, protecting the land, protecting the vineyards, and doing it in a responsible way. So again, Castello de Amorosa is really making an effort. We also recycle everything we can here at the winery to be environmentally conscious, to do the right thing, and for our generation and for future generations as well. The power goes off too frequently in the upper Napa Valley. In fact, last year it was off for 5 consecutive weeks. So here at the castle, we have a backup generator, but that's powered by diesel, and diesel is a polluter. So we want to have redundancy on redundancy, and so we're hopeful that when the power goes off, that we'll have not only the generator, but we'll also have these solar panels, which we'll use first, and the stored power from the solar panels to use prior to the generator. Let me talk about some of the other things we've done over the years. About 6 years ago, we were using, during the hot summer days, up to 10,000 gallons of water per day. And so we installed a system that cost well over $1 million to recycle, to clean up this water, recycle it, and use on our landscaping, our lawns, our fruit trees. And so we've saved over 5 million gallons. In fact, I think we've saved well over 5 million gallons. If you add up 10,000 gallons a day during the hot months times 6 years, And so we feel real good about this. Another thing we're doing, I started this years ago. I put land into the Napa Valley Land Trust, the Mendocino County Anderson Valley Land Trust, and now we're approaching 700 acres of land which will never be built upon. The most recent example, we bought several years ago 77.5 acres. It's called the Denison Ranch in Anderson Valley in Mendocino County, and we will have planted, when we're finished, about 49 acres of that. It had the right to build 3 more houses. There's an existing house on the property, but and I'm not going to tear it down. We use it for farm labor. But I had the right to build 3 more houses. I gave up that right because I'm really a no-growth guy, not a slow-growth guy, a no-growth guy. And I've seen Napa County change over the last 40 years. And in some ways for the better. We have better restaurants, more amenities now. In many ways for the worst. The city limits keep expanding, so there's probably less vineyard because they're replaced by homes. More and more homes are built in vineyard areas, and it makes me sad. I think, Napa County is the last Bay Area county, and there are 9 Bay Area counties to be primarily agricultural. The Santa Clara Valley went away in the mid-60s. That was great agricultural land. Now it's all asphalt housing and apartment buildings and factories. Livermore Valley went away, I don't know when that was. Now there's almost no vineyards and wineries there. It's basically homes and apartments and so forth. And it's sad. And I'm fearful for the future of Napa County because there's a lot of demand for growth and for housing in Napa County as well. We're only an hour and a half, or in fact, if you're in Napa, an hour away from San Francisco. So I'm trying to do what I can to protect and not be part of the problem, but be a problem solver. Another thing I've done, and I've done this personally, there's a lot of discarded plastic, and the oceans are full of it. There's a landmass in the ocean, in the Pacific Ocean, the size of Texas, which is 1.5 times the size of California, where it's just filled with garbage. And so what I've done personally is I've invested in a company, a Santa Rosa company called Resynergy. And what they do, they collect discarded plastic and they turn it into energy, fuel, renewable plastic that can be used. And I know it's a high risk, they could go out of business in a year or two, but I feel so good about it because I hate to see what we're doing to the planet. In fact, maybe in 30, 50 years, we better find a new planet because we're destroying this one to a great extent. Another thing we do to try to get traffic off the road, some years ago, it's 6, 8 years ago, I don't remember when, we started paying people to ride share. And because many of our employees can't afford to live in Napa County, so they live in Lake County to the north, Sonoma County or Santa Rosa to the west, or in Fairfield or that area to the north, to the southeast, and they have to commute to work. And so we've been paying people, and our employees can earn several $100s a month just sharing, A lot of our employees live in the same area. So just picking up a passenger, they can earn good money, which helps alleviate the cost of their automobile. And recently, just in the last week or two, we almost doubled what we pay drivers to share rides with passengers, and it's really working for us. So I feel good again that we're getting cars off the road and trying to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.